Hi guys, Daniel.
Lucy here, and today we are back to one of the movies that I am so excited to watch. This is one of those that we were meant to watch in the movie theaters, we didn't, and then we waited, and for some reason it never happened until today. Today is Oppenheimer Day.
Yeah. So, it makes a lot of sense for us to watch this movie right now because we just watched a bunch of movies set in that era.
We were in a sort of a journey, let's say.
Yes, exactly. So, and again, thank you, Radio, for requesting those movies to us. The last one we saw was Axel Ridge, I think, concerning the Second World War. So we were quite at the end. So I guess this one will be in the end, obviously, since we know what the movie is about, right? We know that it's about the development or the creation of the atom bomb. So, but basically, it's the only thing that I know about Oppenheimer. To be honest, I don't know the story behind it. So we're really interested in find out more about this.
Yeah, one of the reasons I really wanted to watch this movie is because it was so good on the reviews. Everyone was talking about it when it came out. Everyone was in love with it.
And of course, we are big fans of Christopher Nolan, so that's a big draw.
And I am so passionate about the actor. I love his personality. I love the things he does.
So I think we're just gonna jump right into it and check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
You can see the full-length commentary, get access to polls, to what we will see next, and more on our Patreon page. The link is in the description below. If you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you. I'm curious to see if this follows a bit of the, the style of Christopher Nolan of not playing with time. Let's say I have no idea how the editing will be.
Yeah, I don't like when he does that, right?
Yeah, it makes things quite dynamic.
And it forces you to think and to pay attention, which is nice. That story.
Never heard of.
As we begin, I believe you have a statement to read into the record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Isn't it in a sort of trial?
He has been accused of something.
How long did he testify?
Honestly, I forget.
Fusion.
The whole hearing took a month.
An ordeal.
Are they really going to ask about it?
That's Iron Man.
Yes.
It looks older.
I know. The makeup.
I know. It's great.
So this is like 5 years after what we saw before, I think.
So no senator can deny you did your duty. It'll be uncomfortable. Who'd want to justify their whole life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Why did you leave the United States?
I wanted to study the new physics.
Was there nowhere here? I thought Berkeley had the leading theoretical physics department.
Yes, once I built it.
Yeah, after.
Troubled by visions of a hidden...
Oh, it looks like he had several traumas.
Yeah.
Sort of sane, right?
I think it was probably what he was studying.
Yeah.
Was getting into his head.
He gets so obsessed.
Start again.
I need to go to the lecture, sir. It's Niels Bohr.
Completely forgot.
All right, let's go.
It's like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, not you, Oppenheimer.
You haven't finished.
Those plates.
Oh, asshole. Yeah, they mock him. I mean, it's the guy from another place. So. Yeah, I understand, but still. Oh, sign it.
What? Is he actually doing this, or is this like a fantasy?
Honestly, I hope he's doing it because it would be so cool.
Oh god. He actually did it, and now he just goes to...
To undo that?
Niels, meet J. Robert Oppenheimer. You're at my lecture. You ask the only good question. No one's denying his insight.
It's his laboratory work that leaves a little to be desired.
Why ask again?
I'd like your answer.
Go somewhere they'll let you think.
What are I just ask for the apple? Can you please give me? I'm very hungry.
That would be weird.
Get to Germany, study under Max Born, learn the ways of theory.
It's like, if you're good with that, go search for that. Wormhole.
Music, the important thing isn't can you read music, it's can you hear it. Can you hear the music, Robert?
For you, anything.
Yes, I can.
But you see, he let's say, they have someone who believed in him and that saw a spark.
I like the academic environment there because yes, it's like you're shit in this, but
you
like,
might be good at something.
No, and they see the potential there, and yeah, it wasn't that toxic, to be honest. The only toxic thing there was him putting fucking poison in the apple.
Yeah. I mean, we need all sorts of people.
Yep, exactly.
And people that think more about theory sometimes it's very good.
Yes, because you cannot put in practice if you don't have the background.
Yeah.
That's the thing. For us, outside, those people always seem so...
crazy.
Crazy.
I love the dynamic here, the rhythm. So cool. And I do think that it's so cool now that they put everything black and white when it's the present. I mean the future, you know.
suppose, yeah.
After the war, he was world-renowned, the great man of physics, and I was determined to get him to run the institute.
That was nice.
Welcome to the institute. I think he'll be very happy here.
So this is to give him a job, right? And this is
Yeah.
after his work
Yeah, I think so.
during the war.
I'm told he's there most afternoons.
I think I know who it is.
Greatest scientific mind of our time.
Of his time.
Interesting. You can clearly see who he is from the hair. But it's so weird because Einstein, for me, I mean, it's someone that is so known and almost feels like someone that is like a character, not
Like
person.
mythical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, say to him.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, what did he say to her?
Things in my past you ought to be aware of.
Why would I be worried after everything you've done for your country?
Well, times change, Mr. Strauss.
Well, the purpose of this institute is to provide a haven for independent minds.
And they didn't concern you?
But just then I was entirely consumed with what he must have said to Einstein to sour him on me.
But later?
Well, we all know what happened later.
I don't...
Let me know if you need any help with the English.
De botsing tussen een alfadeltje en een atoom vangen voor een verschillende energie in de verbinding is Oppenheimer in de
I
relatie.
was
I
not
think-
expecting that.
You're gonna need help.
To the Russian?
No, that's in German.
German.
Maybe Dutch, who knows?
I'm Robbie.
Oppenheimer.
We're a couple of New York Jews. How do you know Dutch?
It was Dutch.
Yeah.
Ever get the feeling our kind isn't entirely welcome here?
Physicists.
No, at the time,
Jewish.
yeah.
This is German you have to seek out.
Heisenberg.
Right.
Oh, beautiful.
Right?
Aber der Nachsatz und ist nicht die Voraussetzung.
This is German.
I liked your paper on molecules.
Probably because you inspired it.
If I inspire anything else, let me know. We could publish together.
I have to get back to America.
There's no one there taking quantum mechanics seriously.
That's exactly why.
It makes sense, yeah?
Did you ever encounter Heisenberg yet?
Not in person. No.
They wrote each other?
Yeah, I was
Say
thinking.
our paths crossed.
I hear you want to start a school of quantum theory.
I am starting it next door.
They put you in there.
I asked for it. Wanted to be close to you experimentalists.
Oh, those are the guys that, that are in the
Yeah.
field doing experimenting.
And I also like that actor.
One student.
I'm teaching something no one here has dreamt of. But once people start hearing what you can do with it,
There's no going back.
Where is the student?
I must have missed the...
Mr. Lomnitz?
No.
Yes, this is it, please.
He's like so excited to have a student.
Where are the other people?
Is light made up of particles or waves?
Quantum mechanics says it's both. How can it be both?
It can't.
It can't.
Oh.
But it is. It's paradoxical.
I hate
He's-
paradox.
But he's so excited to be talking
Yeah.
about this. I
And
think
the
he's excited
guy
as
is
well.
excited. He's like, I'm having a one-on-one with
Yes.
Oppenheimer.
Well,
Oh,
it wasn't
God.
known at the time, but yeah. Oh, yes, new students.
Oh, it was a great transition.
A star, a vast furnace burning in outer space.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Increasing gravity.
Increasing density.
And
It's a vicious cycle until... What's the limit here?
There is none.
I don't know. See where the math takes us. I guarantee.
Oh, the other guy is there watching. Oh, cool.
You shouldn't let them bring their politics in the classroom, Oppie. Keep it out of the lab.
Well,
They tried to warn him.
out of the lab, my landlady is having a discussion group tonight.
How would these activities have come to the attention of the FBI?
Well, if I remember correctly, the FBI was taking license plates outside suspected communist gatherings, and his name popped up.
Well, it's amazing that you have this in every country. Like they monitor you because of your ideas or political ideas.
Robert Oppenheimer.
Pleasure. This is my little brother Frank.
But I would say that I agree with the other guy who says, okay, leave those things out of the school.
I
That's
think
true.
the science, politics,
that I agree.
not the vibe.
The bigger the star, the more violent its demise.
I mean, it makes sense. Everything dies, right?
Oh, is he talking about black holes?
Everything, even light.
Yeah.
Can that really happen?
The math.
Which was unheard of by the time. Only recently we have been able to actually see it because it was just an abstract, like.
Robert here says he's not a communist.
Well, then he doesn't know enough about it.
Oh, I've read Das Kapital, all 3 volumes. Does that count?
It's like, no, I know about it.
It's not about the book. It's about the ideas. And you sound uncommitted.
Well, I'm committed to thinking freely about how to improve our world.
Yeah, can I think by myself?
I like my wiggle room too.
Like, what are we talking about?
Read this.
Well, I guess it does turn her on.
Like, honey, I cannot focus on 2 things at the same time. I'm a guy.
This must be in New Mexico.
Seems like desert.
Yeah, desert.
I haven't joined the party, Frank. And I don't think she should have convinced you to either. Half of the faculty is gone. Not that half. You're happy.
He's a very simple guy.
Then I'm happy you're happy that I'm happy.
He's just telling him to be careful,
Oh,
which is normal with political ideologies. Like, think for yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought if I could find a way to combine physics and New Mexico, my life would be perfect.
Oh.
He likes it here.
They've done it. Han and Strassman in Germany. They split the uranium nucleus.
Oh.
They did it. They split the atom.
It's not possible.
It's so interesting. Like, yeah, it's like in the race now. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to reproduce it.
But I like that everyone just ran.
To do their thing.
Yeah.
Can't be done.
There's just one problem.
Where?
Can.
Next door.
Because we did it. It's like sometimes, yeah, you
Theory,
can't get there just with theory.
Extra neutrons boil off, which could be used to split other uranium atoms.
Chain reaction. You're thinking what I'm thinking.
What? What are we all thinking?
Yeah, thank you. Please explain.
Bomb.
Interesting that they knew about this and then they thought, oh, this is a bomb.
I don't want anything from you.
Why is she so upset?
You say that and then you call.
Well, don't answer.
Oh, I hate women that are women. It's like annoying. Jesus, you ruin everything for us.
Just no more flowers.
You're not coming?
I guess you're supposed
You
to
have
go?
to know when you're beaten, Robert.
Completely irrational.
I don't get it.
I've got a group coming.
Oh, I'll sit in. Not this
You're
one.
not.
Richard, Dr. Bush, what brings you two up north?
I don't know enough. I don't know who they are.
Maybe they are conspiring to make a bomb?
September 1st, 1939. The world.
Oh, this is 39.
You've been upstage.
So Germany, yeah, it's invaded Poland.
I found myself increasingly out of sympathy with the policy of neutrality that communists advocated.
Because the communists at the time were still a little bit allied with Hitler.
With Hitler, yeah.
Is this his wife now?
So it's like the first wife, Kitty?
I'm not sure.
But this is the one that was there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All of it. It's mostly empty space.
The theory of this is so intriguing. It's so interesting, you know?
Forces of attraction strong enough to convince us that matter is solid. It's not my body passing through yours. You're married to Dr. Harrison.
Ah, okay.
Very.
Not very.
There is someone that I feel
She feels the same way.
sometimes.
Just being honest, like.
Yep.
My second husband was Joe Dallatt.
So this is your third husband?
Yeah, I think so.
Honey.
Went to fight for the Loyalists?
And then he went to the brigades and I waited.
Maybe died in the Spanish Civil War. Yeah.
Never came.
We talked to them. They're getting a divorce.
Okay,
so
good.
We can get married before she starts showing.
How civilized.
Yeah, right. I was not gonna expect that from the other guy. Yeah.
What do any of you have in common with farm laborers and dock
Sure,
workers?
yeah.
Plenty.
You think you should receive the same as them?
Yeah, you should
Not
not.
you.
You should not bring that to school.
They won't let me bring you onto the project because of this shit.
Oh, because he's in the project and he wants to bring him, yeah.
Bomb, and I know what it means for the Nazis to have a bomb.
Why don't you take a look in the rearview mirror? Listen to the sounds.
You're being spied upon because of this.
You're actually important.
He had no idea.
I'll talk to Lomanitz, I'll talk to the others. You don't have to worry, it's done. Lawrence.
You took that very well. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, you just need that bit of communication.
Yeah.
Welcome to the war.
Why were his communist associations not seen as a security risk during...
Because the war was more important, I suppose.
I was chair of the AEC, but it wasn't me. I brought the charges against Robert.
Who did?
Some former staff member of the Joint Congressional Committee. He was a rabid anti-communist named Borton.
But how would Borden have access to Oppenheimer's security fund?
Because somebody gave it to him.
Was that someone you?
Somebody who wanted Robert's silenced.
No, I don't think it was him.
I don't know him enough.
No, because Robert was good for him. He wanted him to rule the institute.
Okay.
So why would you call him and want him to do that than to do that to him? Not seeing it.
Kitty?
Where
Well,
is she?
actually,
Where is she?
I think she's in the bad place mentally.
I'm in.
Let's celebrate.
Oh, she's drunk as hell.
Yeah.
I have been calling to him all fucking day.
No, just
You were right.
let him
You were
cry.
right.
Take Peter.
Sure.
No, for a while.
Oh, adopt him.
We're awful people. Selfish, awful people.
Selfish, awful people. They don't know. They're selfish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but usually they don't know that. And you're self-aware of it.
But it was a very good attitude from the friend, you know?
Oh, very, very calm and just not hysterical people.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're having troubles.
Dr. Oppenheimer. Colonel Groves.
Matt Damon.
I didn't know he was in a movie.
Which they made me take over the Manhattan Engineer District.
Which is?
You know damn well what it is. You and half of every physics department across the country. That's problem number one.
I thought problem number one would be securing enough uranium ore.
1,200 tons. Bought the day I took charge.
Yeah, but I like that the guy is like, no pity talk, just
Yep.
straightforward.
It's like, you know what we're talking about, so.
Tolman thinks you have integrity, but he also strikes me as a guy who knows more about science than people.
Fair enough.
Why don't you have a Nobel Prize?
Why aren't you a general?
They're making me one for this.
Perhaps I'll have the same luck. Alfred Nobel invented dynamite.
Yeah, true.
Who do you think they put in charge?
Werner Heisenberg. He's the most...
Heisenberg, the one he met, yeah. That's why he said, oh, I never communicate with you anymore, but our paths crossed.
Crossed, yeah.
We've got one hope.
Which is?
Anti-Semitism.
Exactly.
Translating?
Hitler called quantum physics Jewish
Exactly,
science.
because they threw away all the Jews that was the ones that were studying more of that.
All minds have to see the whole task to contribute efficiently. Poor security may cost us the race. Inefficiency will. My job to say no to you when you're wrong.
So you have the job now?
I'm considering it.
I like the duo. It's so cool.
But I can run the Manhattan Project.
Let's go then.
Like, I'm already doing
I'm
it,
already
okay?
in it, yeah.
A secret laboratory in the middle of nowhere.
New Mexico.
What he always wanted.
Nothing. 40 miles. Any direction.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes.
The thing is, the guy's not a seller, but he sells it so well.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
Why? How about because this is the most important fucking thing to ever happen in the history of the world? How about that?
So far, yeah. I think we'd be very close.
He's losing his patience, yeah. It's like, why wouldn't you? But they don't actually know.
I've got some skeletons. They put me in charge. They need us.
Until they don't.
Okay, but they need now.
I'm not coming here, Robert.
Robbie's not joining. Okay, I was not expecting that. It wasn't either.
Why not?
You drop a bomb, it falls on the just and the unjust.
He doesn't like it, which is more than understandable.
Take off that ridiculous uniform.
Yeah, I agree.
So be yourself. Only better.
Ah, that's better.
It's
Ah,
and the pipe.
love it, so cool. I do love the vibe of Oppenheimer. I've seen some stuff. I'm not sure if it's Pinterest or anything.
Pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I've seen some pictures of the vibe of Oppenheimer, and I just fell in love with it. I love the style, the clothes, the cars, the roads, the places. I know. Annoying, I know.
It's finished. Edward, can I please?
More important.
Seems so
When I
nervous.
calculated the chain reaction, I found a rather troubling possibility.
Is it? It must be about the
The
chain reaction not
proportion.
ending.
Yeah, the proportion of that.
That was the main concern.
Yeah.
Talk to Einstein.
Well, there's not much common ground between you two.
That's why I should get his view.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love when people do that.
Yeah, it's like okay, I know. That's why I need to.
Whose work is this?
Tellers.
What do you take it to mean?
Imagine for Einstein to know your name.
So we might start a chain reaction that destroys the
It
world.
never ends.
Yeah.
You'll get to the truth.
And if the truth is catastrophic.
Well, there's only one thing you can do.
And
And you share your findings with the Nazis.
Yeah, you share with them and you show them. You see it.
This is yours, not mine.
I was like, your problem, your mess, just... But I did appreciate his honesty regarding that, you know?
Till they actually detonate one of these things, the best assurance you're going to get is this.
Yeah, how could you like experiment this knowing that there is a small chance of you destroying the world?
He mentioned that if anyone had anything they wanted to pass on, going around official channels.
So the is one way to is like, okay, we want you to pass information. I pass to him, and he passes to the Russians.
That would be treason.
Yeah, that would be treason.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm just passing information.
So that's why he's being interrogated, I think.
Yes, that's the thing. Because again, we know that at that time then they were allies, but they didn't trust each other.
And I am certain that he had no idea of the work in which I was engaged.
But he's protecting the guy.
Yeah. That is massive.
Little city.
That was very fast, honestly. They created a whole city.
The only thing that took more time probably was to get to the materials there.
I mean, they had a train, though. Yeah, I don't like the way she treats the child.
She has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Halifax, 1917. A cargo ship carrying munitions explodes in the harbor. A vast and sudden chemical reaction.
Reminds me of the explosion in Lebanon recently.
Yes.
Now let's calculate how much more destructive it would have been if it were a nuclear.
Okay, let's put it in tons of TNT.
Gadget will need a 33-pound sphere about this size. Here's the amount of uranium Oak Ridge refined all of last month.
All of last month. Yeah, it's difficult to get that. Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of uranium or plutonium, we use hydrogen. We compact the atoms together under great pressure to induce a fusion.
That is so interesting.
So how do you generate enough force to fuse hydrogen atoms?
A small fission bomb.
There we are. But I like the other guy is so. I don't know. I like his character.
Expressions, yeah.
I'm gonna admit that I've always like been a bit confused about the difference between atomic bomb, the hydrogen bomb.
One of our B-29s over the North Pacific has detected radiation.
Huh.
Do we have the filter paper?
There's no doubt what this is.
They are putting it in
Russians
practice.
have a bomb. We're supposed to be years ahead of them, but...
And the Russians still are ahead of us?
Meet the British contingent.
Klaus Fuchs.
How long have you been British?
Since Hitler told me I wasn't German.
That's nice, very nice.
Too many compartmentalization was supposed to be the protocol.
We were in a race against the Nazis.
Now the race is against us.
And now it's against the, yeah.
What's next? Arms talks.
Arms talks.
Obviously.
What about the super? Does Truman even know about it? Did we brief him on that?
Well, is that like a super bomb? Hydrogen bomb, yeah.
If it can put us ahead again, the President of the United States
He will get...
needs to know about it.
Yeah.
There's no proof there was a spy at Los Alamos.
How did they manage then? Right?
Yeah.
I hear you got a little town.
Yes, come and see.
I hear radiation.
Yeah.
This guy's always pissed.
He's pissed all the time.
What the hell were you doing in Chicago? You have just the rights that I give you. No more, no less.
Enough of this madhouse. Nobody can work under these conditions. You know what? I quit.
Are you happy now?
We'll have him killed.
Are you serious?
I'm just kidding.
but his face was like...
Perhaps you can get me my security clearance so I can perform this miracle for you.
Okay.
In your opinion, would he ever consciously commit a disloyal act? I would be amazed if he did.
Would you clear Dr. Oppenheimer today?
Today.
Do you have the guidelines?
Compartmentalization, I understand completely.
I mean, but I get why it is so important. You
Of course
work
it is.
where you should and nothing else.
Otherwise, you're working, you're developing for other people to just take those ideas, and those other people might be against you.
Sorry, General, I said I understood, not that I agreed. Okay.
It's like, I'm leaving. I cannot see this. I'm leaving. Oh.
Our security was as tight as it could be given the personalities involved, but attempts were made. Do we need to talk about Jean Tatlock?
Who is
The Chevalier incident?
Chevalier, I know who it is, right? The guy that talked with him, yeah.
Doesn't matter who I associate with, I don't.
Oh.
Don't bring me flowers.
Mm-hmm. So he still had a mistress, let's say.
You left. Not a word. What did you think that would do to me?
I wrote.
What did you have to see her?
Well, what do you think? And the wife is
with
there
the wife
listening
there.
to it.
Yeah, but the wife is...
Come on, she had an husband, but she wanted to be with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting,
So cool.
you're feeling like you're naked.
So cool.
Spent the night together, didn't you?
So weird to see like this
Yeah.
here
This is such a weird shot.
with this music.
Yeah.
You asked me to come. And I'm glad I did. But I can't see you again.
But what if I need you?
Now they have to learn how to live without me.
When did you see her after that?
Never again. She killed herself.
Never saw her again.
Someone is pissed.
I wanted to give you a heads up on a man named Eltonton.
A heads up.
Yes, just that he might merit watching is all.
You went back the next morning.
I did, I had to, really. This time there was another man.
You met Colonel Pash?
Colonel Pash, could you please read from your memo dated June 29, 1943?
You haven't seen his face yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Subject met with and spent considerable time with one Jean Tatlock, communist, the record of whom is attached.
Oh, why don't they show his face?
When Pash first heard about Lomanitz, he told the FBI he was going to kidnap him, take him out on a boat,
Kill
and
him.
interrogate him in the Russian manner.
So he was someone a bit crazy, okay.
Damn.
Oh, it's this guy.
So to actually meet you is...
Interesting.
I'm guessing he's more of a sociopath.
Oh, you think? His eyes say everything.
Now, the FBI talked him down, but that's the man you're dancing with.
Yeah.
There might be an argument for the commander-in-chief informing the Russians they're our allies, after all, but I don't like the idea of it going out the back door.
Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't mind doing that, honestly, but...
I was trying to put it in the context of Russia's not Germany.
This is a man who has killed communists with his own hands.
Not the judge of who should or should not have information. It's my business to stop it from going through illegally. Would you be a little more specific?
Yeah, that's the problem. Now they're gonna...
Push it.
Yeah.
Well, now. Might we know...
This guy, you really look like a psychopath.
Faculty, yes, but not in the project, no.
Oh, you're giving them clues.
So Eltonton made his approach through a member of the faculty.
You see, they're just rationalizing it now.
When did you receive the name?
I was gone by the time Oppenheimer finally offered it up. They felt my time would be better spent in Europe, determining the status of the Nazi bomb project.
Who did?
General Groves.
Oh, he did protect him.
Huh.
Yeah, he transferred him to London. He protected him.
It is just known now.
Yeah.
Early Christmas present for you all.
Oh, Boris. That was his name. Yeah, they got him.
Is it big enough
To end the war.
to end all war?
Could be.
Heisenberg sought me out in Copenhagen. He seemed more focused on heavy water.
As a moderator?
Yes, instead of graphite.
Those are the top minds here discussing.
Yeah.
You took a wrong turn. We're ahead.
Yeah, they know they are in the wrong direction.
But I don't think he really believes that. There's something tricky here.
I'm not here to help, Robert.
Why did you come?
To talk about after.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're thinking short term.
You're an American Prometheus. The man who gave them the power to destroy themselves.
I'm sorry, Oppie, but there's a call from San Francisco.
The brother? No, the brother is there.
Who is in San
Francisco? It must be about Jackie, that she died.
She's taken pills. Left a note, not signed.
So he's thinking about the murder, maybe.
We were together. She said she needed me.
To commit the sin, and then have us all feel sorry for you that it had consequences.
Yep. You're not the victim, bro. You are, but you're not.
People here depend on you.
She had a very just rational reaction here, just like, I'm not gonna shit on you now. He seems so much thinner, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Stress. Yeah.
Of course.
I won't let you leave. Stay here. Research what you want. Fusion, the hydrogen bomb. Whatever. We'll meet to discuss.
You don't have time to meet. You're a politician now, Robert. You've left physics behind many, many years ago.
Which is true. And it is a shame.
Once a week. 1 hour, you and me.
I think it's a very good deal, though.
An hydrogen bomb can be made to work, Oppie. You know that.
I don't believe we should commit all our resources to that chance.
Then how would you have Truman reassure the American people?
People were scared at that time then, because you had atomic bombs in different places.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think you want to go up against Strauss.
If we both speak, they listen to me.
When you speak, they hear a prophet. When Strauss speaks, they hear themselves.
Yep.
How was Mr. Borden able to put together such a detailed indictment?
Oh, yes, I remember. They said it was him who made the accusation and all that.
Yes.
Yes, how did he get the file?
That's very serious accusations.
Was it you?
I've always assumed, and still assume, that he's loyal to the United States. I believe this, and I shall believe it until I see very conclusive.
Okay, so yeah.
And he's very assertive every time he talks, like this.
When the world learns the terrible secret of Los Alamos, our work here will ensure a peace mankind is never
Which is true.
To a certain extent, it was a way to end the war. That's true. I mean, you would lose a lot more people if you had an actual invasion of Japan.
So cool. Now they're actually testing stuff.
Test in July. But I need my brother.
You insisted on bringing on your brother Frank, a known communist.
Former communist.
And he was working with Lawrence for 2 years. Yeah. So they want to accuse his brothers of it.
Because the thing is, if you cannot trust the people you're working with, then... Oh.
You see the shockwave?
We leave for Washington in the morning. We're gonna give him a date.
We're a long way from Chicago, Leo.
If we don't act now, they're going to use this thing against Japan.
Just because we're building it doesn't mean we get to decide how it's used.
Germany is defeated. Japan's not going to hold out alone.
How could you know that? You got us into this. You and Einstein with your letter to Roosevelt saying we could build a bomb.
Against Germany.
That's not how weapons manufacture.
Exactly. They just want to use them.
The firestorm in Tokyo killed 100,000 people, mostly civilians.
Yeah, the fire bombings.
I worry about in America when we do these things and no one protests.
Pearl Harbor and 3 years of brutal conflict in the Pacific buys a lot of latitude with the American public.
Where they can take this and not bat an eye.
What are we estimating?
20 or 30,000 dead?
It's a lot of people still.
A pillar of fire, 10,000 feet tall, from one single device.
You're selling the bomb now.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
And we could issue a warning to reduce civilian casualties.
They'd send everything they have up against us.
Yeah, you can not really give a heads up.
Once to show the weapon's power, and a second to show that we can keep doing this.
But the thing is, I think this was more to show Russia than to show Japan at this point.
Yeah.
I've taken Kyoto off the list due to its cultural significance to the Japanese people.
Oh, they were considerable in that aspect.
The Japanese people will not surrender. Many lives will be lost, American and Japanese. The use of the atomic bomb on
like,
Japanese cities.
Which one will be
And
worse?
this is true. It will save lives. Yeah.
But the Potsdam Peace Conference in July will be President Truman's last chance to have that conversation. Can you give us a working bomb by then?
That's why you wanted July.
Because that's the thing. A lot of what people say is like, you could make a test, show the bomb, and you don't need to actually
To
bomb.
use it, exactly.
And we're seeing that always being more and more complete. He's really in the middle of nothing.
Yeah, I'm getting like nervous, you know, to see
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen with this.
Are those safe distances? They're based on your calculations.
We are.
They're based on your calculations, yeah.
I would be so scared to be there. Please don't. No winds, no rain, no disaster. No one breathe, please.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what the radiation cloud is out.
That's always one of the biggest problems with atomic bombs
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Ah, this music is getting me nervous.
Is there anything else that might stop us?
Bad weather.
I'll send a message. If it's gone our way, take in the sheets.
Robert,
Like a hug, a kiss, something?
break a leg.
Break a leg. You can control a lot of things, but not nature.
Not
like that.
If we fire these detonators and they don't trigger a reaction, 2 years worth of plutonium will be scattered across White Sands.
A month of my salary against $10. Says it likes.
Man, I don't care about the fucking money. I just want it to fucking work. It's like, I don't care about the money. I just want it to work. Please. How do you know it's gonna work if the test didn't?
I bet you. My salary.
It'll break before dawn.
How could you know
I know this desert. Storm cools overnight. Just before dawn, storm breaks.
These people are dealing with very important stuff. I mean, I get the pressure and the...
Yeah, it's like, and I thought I had pressure in my work. Damn.
What did Fermi mean by atmospheric ignition? Well, we had a moment where it looked like the chain reaction from an atomic device might never
Oh yeah,
stop.
the thing that they talked about.
Saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world.
Nothing in our research over 3 years supports that conclusion.
But
Chances are near zero.
near.
Near zero.
What do you want from theory alone?
Like,
I love his face. Like,
doesn't matter. It's not zero.
yeah.
And to think that they still went ahead, like, okay, it's not zero. It could happen. Oh, the lights.
That looks nice. That looks so dope. Very interesting soundtrack.
Try not to blow up the world.
I
I'll do
promise.
my best.
I'll try. It doesn't seem far away enough. I don't know.
Right?
If the detonators don't charge, or the voltage drops below 1 volt, you hit that button, you abort. Understood?
Understood. Oh, they have the mattresses on the floor. Oh, he actually has some glasses.
Detonator charged.
Oh god. I love that we have no sound.
Wait!
That is catastrophic.
At the same time, it is beautiful.
Right?
And they still have to get the shockwave.
And now I am become death.
Oh, there it is.
I would
It's gonna break
hate
the glass.
to get any bit of thing on me. I'm just thinking about radiation right now.
Yeah, exactly. But for a scientist, it's like a small price to pay for such a
Yeah,
discovery.
and I don't think they have
They're
as much
not
an idea of
aware
that.
yet. Yeah.
Didn't destroy the world, so that's a positive
Yet.
thing.
For some reason, I'm way more chill now. Oh, she might be so nervous.
Well, I don't know. He just said to tell you to bring in the sheets.
But everything you worked for so long to happen, it's
And
the
let's
best
see
thing.
now. Now will it be out of his hands?
We'll take it from
Yeah, now we'll take it from here. We don't need you guys anymore, kind of.
Did Truman brief Stalin at Potsdam? Should I come with you to Washington? What for?
What for? You're not part of this now.
Well, you'll keep me informed.
I will not.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's such a feeling of
Mm-hmm.
what's next. You get the highest you could. What next? What now?
They would call.
Are you
I
so
get
nervous
it. You
about
can't sleep, you can't eat. You must be constantly smoking.
Hiroshima? Yeah. Nagasaki, Hiroshima, right?
Yeah. Everybody knows now.
And to know that you're the one that helped build it, you know?
I'm very proud of you and all of your people. I think one of the wisest things I ever did was when I selected the director of Los Alamos.
It's a mixed feeling, I get it. It is for a good objective, supposedly, to end the war.
Supposedly. But
It's over. Yeah.
You do know what it causes as well.
Yeah.
The amount of death.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It kills indiscriminately. When you think about war and soldiers and what you're supposed to do in a war, just kill your enemy, your other soldiers. This is just a kill everything.
Yeah. But again, I get it. But at the same time, it's also the thing that it is the same. When they don't have soldiers that want to volunteer, they force younger guys to go, nurses as women.
No, I get that, but still. Yeah.
Cities
would
get destroyed.
I would say the same
people
about.
die.
I would say the same about conventional city bombings. That's also immoral. You're also just bombing the shit out of just a lot of people.
If you think about
It is
how
war.
It
It is how it is. I know.
Yeah, but if you think about how it used to be when it was the kings that a lot of people with horses would go to a battlefield, that's one thing. But
And I know that they also killed civilians back then. I know that, but
Still.
yeah.
The world will remember this day.
I'm having the feeling he's doing a speech where he doesn't really believe what he's saying, but he
Yeah,
has
not
to
at
do the
all.
speech.
It's too soon to determine what the results of the bombing are, but I'll bet the Japanese didn't like it.
like screaming, right?
Yeah.
I just wish we had it in time to use against the Germans.
He's so lost here.
The bomb.
How cool. I know. I got a bit scared too.
I love how they show all of this visually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Huh, blood? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's amazing how when you see pictures of the bombs, right, that went off, you see like shapes on the ground, which was like the shadows of the people. It was so strong that you can see on the floor, and it's the shadows of the people who just died.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
It's creepy in a way.
Yeah. I think that here what is the saddest or the worst thing is the long term, and one of the reasons why I don't think it is exactly the same is that it does have a lot of consequences. And we've seen that. The radiation, they did destroy habitats for animals, for plants, for people. Everything got different, you know?
President Truman will see you now.
Huh. Now he gets the president in the Oval Room.
Dr. Oppenheimer.
Oh, Gary Oldman. Interesting.
Jim tells me you're concerned about an arms race with the Soviets.
Now is our chance to secure international cooperation on atomic energy, and I'm concerned.
They don't really care.
I hear you're leaving Los Alamos.
Well, the place is gonna be shut down, right? Probably.
We have to build up Los Alamos, not shut it down.
We want to produce more atomic bombs.
You think anyone in Hiroshima or Nagasaki gives a shit who built the bomb?
Yeah, but if it wasn't for him, maybe they
They
wouldn't.
care who dropped it. I did.
I like what he's doing, yes.
You didn't decide to do it. Okay, he's taking the blame out of him. I do get that.
Yeah. And I think that at the same time, the president might also feel bad because at the end of the day...
Don't let that crybaby back in here.
Okay, I will take back what I said.
His brother was blacklisted by every university in the country. Lomanitz wound up working the railroad, laying track.
Huh. You see? How interesting.
He was devastated when Truman rejected their recommendation. Klaus Fuchs, the British scientist that you put onto the implosion team at Los Alamos.
Huh?
Turns out he was spying for the Soviets.
Oh.
A lot of scientists blame me, but how was I supposed to protect him?
So he had to lose his security clearance.
And with it, his credibility.
How could Borden get access to
It's always Borden. Borden did everything.
Yep.
But how would you know what Time magazine was going to write?
Henry Luce is a friend.
Seem to know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, more than I would expect him to know.
What was it you said about Borden?
Yeah,
Or get
Borden.
caught holding the knife yourself? I'm beginning to think Borden was holding the knife for you.
Borden, when we all know that it's Strauss.
I've talked it over with Hoover. He'll hold McCarthy at bay while you do this with the AEC. Trial? No trial. You can't give Oppenheimer.
Of course, but he's very good at it.
We need a systematic destruction of Oppenheimer's credibility so he can never
Like
again...
step by step.
It's always like this. Always like
Step by step.
character assassination first. A little room. Just a little, like the ones we've been seeing to it, right? The whole movie, yeah.
A simple bureaucratic procedure. His Q clearance is up for renewal, but offer him the chance to appeal. As you can see, Robert, it's not yet signed.
And it still is playing like the friend.
No audience, no reporters, no burden of proof, just denying.
Yeah.
Power stays in the shadows.
But sir, you're out of the shadows.
Yeah, you're in the light now.
Yeah, I don't think he's very happy about it, the other guy.
No.
Right? I'm not sure if it's because what he did to Oppenheimer or because he was played as well.
Yeah, both
Maybe
probably.
both, yeah.
Is this proceeding interested in entrapment or in truth?
But you're getting there.
Where's the disclosure?
This isn't a trial, as you are well aware.
Then what the hell is it?
I fail to see how national security prevents the prosecution from providing
Perhaps
us
we
with
are
a
in
list
need
of
of a
witnesses.
brief recess.
Gentlemen, you have my words. I've already explained I made up a cock and bull story.
Why lie?
Well, clearly with the intention of not revealing who...
Yeah, it's quite obvious.
Von Chevalier, the communist. He's still your friend?
Yes.
Don't answer.
Dr. Oppenheimer is a man of upstanding character. Why go through all this against the man who has accomplished what Dr. Oppenheimer has?
Everything is so odd about this, you know?
Senator, I'd like to once again request that we're furnished with a list of witnesses.
And I will remind the nominee that we don't always have that information in advance.
Now it's you who don't know the witnesses ahead of time.
Prior to the writing of the letter, did you discuss the writing of the letter with anybody attached to the Atomic Energy Commission?
I did not.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
These are accusations that have not previously been made, that are not part of the indictment from Nichols.
I mean, it's pointless for you to try to fight something that's already lost, you know?
Let's proceed.
It's like,
Dear Mr. Hoover.
has been bought.
No, he's looking like, I mean, I'm trying, but what do you want me to do?
You can't do anything. And even if you could, they're not allowing him to do anything in his behalf. Like, it's pointless.
Yeah, why am I
This is a
sitting there?
setup.
Yeah.
This is a setup.
Yep.
But I believe that much I have to say will help to indicate why
Most of the scientists in this country would prefer to see Mr. Strauss
Yes!
completely out of government.
We know before because we have subtitles, so that's why.
Yeah.
Because of the personal vindictiveness he demonstrated against Dr. Oppenheimer.
Personal vendetta, yeah.
No board in this country should sit in judgment of a man because he expressed strong opinion.
I like to see that there were people who were just, you know...
on his side. I mean, not on exactly on his side,
I don't mean that, but, you know...
against what's happening here,
Yeah.
which is a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree.
The Oppenheimer matter was initiated and carried through largely through the animus of Louis Strauss.
He's feeling that he's drowning.
Exactly. And this guy is happy about it. Of course he is. He was very upset.
I've always assumed, and still assume, that he's loyal to the United States.
Under my interpretation of the Atomic Energy Act, I would not clear him today if I were on the commission.
Good. Thank you, General. That is all.
But I don't think I'd clear any of those guys.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, you don't want to hear the rest?
And when it's good for you.
And you wouldn't want to leave this board with any suggestion today that you're here questioning his basic loyalty to the United States and the operation of Los Alamos.
Great question.
Yeah, exactly. Cross-examination,
meeting. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
It's like, thank you. We don't care about that part, okay?
Exactly. And anyone can see that.
They respect each other, I think.
Yeah.
Do you even want her here?
The wife?
Did you have a Communist Party membership card?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure. That's not a good answer.
She's not doing great after all.
It's just it was also very long ago, Mr. Robb, wasn't it?
Not really.
Long enough to have
Did
forgotten.
you return the card or rip it up?
The card whose existence I've forgotten?
The Communist Party membership card.
Haven't the slightest idea.
Oh. I like her.
I thought that the Communist Party of the United States was concerned with our domestic problems. I now no longer believe this. I believe the whole thing's linked together and spread all over the world, and I have believed this since I left the party 16 years ago. 17 years ago.
I'm liking her here, though.
Did you know this money was going into Communist Party channels?
Don't you mean through?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Then what?
The lawyer is so proud, the other one.
Do you understand what I'm getting at?
I do.
Why don't you answer it that
Because
way?
I don't like your phrase, having anything to do with the Communist Party, because Robert never had anything to do with the Communist Party as such.
There are two types of communists. Intellectual communists and your plain old regular commie.
Well, I couldn't answer that one.
I couldn't either.
Oh, there's someone that's
Yep.
like her. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And the lawyer is like, you were right. She was good. She did well. Well done. Oh,
Albert.
Einstein.
I left my country never to return. You served your country well. If this is the reward she offers you, then...
Screw it.
Damn it, I happen to love this country. Then tell them to go to hell.
I really like this interaction between them both.
Do people need a reason to do the right thing?
As he sees it.
As he sees it, he's so glad to see him fall, to be honest.
From that first meeting, I don't know what Oppenheimer said to him that day, but
Probably it's nothing even related to him.
Oppenheimer wanted to own the atomic bomb. He wanted to be the man who...
No, that's what you think. He's projecting, I think, himself in the other person.
He'd do it all over. Why? Because it made him the most important man who ever...
And he's so jealous.
220,000 dead at least. Yes. Any moral scruples about that? Terrible ones.
Terrible ones.
The bombing of Hiroshima was very successful.
Technically successful. Technically, it was very successful. And it is also alleged to have helped end the war.
But again, it's like the scientific part of it, you know?
He wanted the glorious, insincere guilt of the self-important to wear like a fucking crown, say no.
And the guy's like, you're so full of shit.
You want a crown for
You are
yourself.
so full of it.
Would you have been opposed to the dropping of a thermonuclear weapon on Japan because of moral scruples?
Yes, I believe I would, sir.
Or did you oppose the
You
dropping?
can see again the things moving in the back. He's getting pissed.
What do you mean support?
Well, you helped pick the target, didn't you?
I did my job. I was not in a policy-making position at Los
And
Alamos.
at the time, it was something a bit different.
I didn't ask you that, Doctor! And the GH...
I am getting so pissed at that guy.
If we did it, they would have to do it. Our efforts would only fuel their efforts, just as it had with the atomic bomb.
I think it's just froze.
When did your strong moral convictions develop with respect to the hydrogen bomb?
Like they pay you a fortune, they want you to do that, to do this, and then you just get convicted because of it.
Has come to the unanimous conclusion that you are a loyal citizen.
Oh.
However,
However,
Of course, there wasn't a however.
it had to be one.
we have voted
He
2-1
answered
2-1.
everything.
to deny the renewal of your...
And I bet the other guy was the one that voted in favor.
Yeah, somehow I also think that.
Young guy trying to make a name for himself didn't like what you did to Oppenheimer.
What's his name?
Kennedy. John F. Kennedy.
A young guy.
I'm shocked.
I told you. He turned the scientists against me one by one.
I think you did that yourself.
And nobody really knows what they said to each other that day. Is it possible they didn't talk about you at all?
Like you were saying, yeah.
Possible they spoke about something more important.
Stinky bastard. Ah, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, we're gonna hear.
Now it's your turn to deal with the consequences. And one day, they'll serve you salmon and potato salad if you're a medal.
The characterization is so cool.
Yeah.
Just remember,
Oh, this guy.
it won't be for you. It'll be for them.
She doesn't like him still.
Typical. Like,
When I came to you with those calculations, we thought we might start a chain reaction that would destroy the entire world. I believe we did.
I think we did. It's like a vision of like an apocalyptic future.
So yeah, Einstein didn't look at him because of something way bigger.
You have your vision like the whole world just
Okay.
burning.
This was intense, this was long, and not exactly what I was expecting.
About the movie itself?
The movie itself,
Okay.
yeah. So, as I said in the beginning, guys, I really didn't knew what it was about. I knew more or less, but I thought it was gonna be more, I don't know, different, you know, more intense, let's say. I think it was a lot about the non-trial, the denial they
Yeah,
had.
let's call the denial trial.
Yeah, so
sure.
I think it was a lot about that, and I think I would expect it to be more about the creation of the bomb, but in a certain way.
It was, yeah.
It was, but it was mainly, I think the main focus was the way they tried to manipulate things after you accomplish something so huge like you did.
Yeah, it was also, yes, it was not just the creation of the bomb itself, it was much more than that. You had the whole politics and character assassination that they tried to do after the bomb, yeah. But in a way, it covers a lot of ground, that's true.
Yeah, it does. I like that.
Yeah, but you thought it would be just a part of the bomb creation, basically, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I love the movie. I think it's a great movie, and it's one of those that I will have to rewatch it. Not long
It's
from now.
there's a lot of information there.
Yeah.
A lot of information.
So now that we know everything that happened and how it is, it would be easier to understand all of the concepts. To understand, let's say, to catch all of the concepts that they're using. Not exactly understand, because I will not understand the majority of it. But yeah, I thought it would be different. I like how it was, but I don't even know what I was expecting, to be honest. You know?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Mm-hmm, I understand. In a way, it was half science and like creation of something, and half politics and manipulation and all of that stuff. It is interesting that, and I think that's why maybe some people expect something and it's a bit different, because it is such a type of movie that usually people would not consider to be appealing to a lot of people. And this was like the biggest blockbuster of last year, right? So it's weird that, well, actually it was that thing of Barbie and Oppenheimer, which was the biggest blockbusters of last year. I like it. I think it's interesting that people are turning to this kind of stuff, different stuff.
Yes.
They're bored of the same old shit, let's say.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was also gonna say is that it was different from what I was expecting, and maybe because of what we're saying, because I think we are nowadays used to see so much of the same.
Yeah.
And here we do have a very historical and almost like a documentary kind of
and
perspective.
It's all conversations, really.
Yes, so it gives you a very different vibe, let's say. So you're always, at least I was always waiting for that little twist, for that little push, and it was almost the same level all the time. So yeah, that was different. I really enjoyed it though. I really liked it, just, yeah.
Yeah, and as with other works of Christopher Nolan, the way it is built is, instead of being a linear, you can do that, but it's interesting that the way he always does this is that he maintains the intensity of scenes.
Yes.
Like, okay, now we're doing a very intense scene, so he puts things he arranges things in a way that those different scenes all align to be that point, let's say.
Yeah, you're always at that level, even though you can have different time
And still, I don't think it's very difficult to follow. It's true that in the beginning, and there are a lot of names being thrown in this movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing I have the most difficulty with.
I had the struggle, because
sometimes I don't know who they're talking about
exactly,
at that
and I'm
moment.
like, who was that person? Why was it important, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, like you said, I think it's quite true. When you rewatch it, you probably...
It's easier to catch up.
Yeah, you're gonna catch a lot of things, I would say. Some interesting stuff, at least I personally also thought, besides the characters, we'll talk about characters, is the idea of the politics and how it worked back then in that country, let's say. It's interesting to see the persecutions you had for political affiliations. It's interesting, I'm just going to say about our country here in Portugal, that we have a communist party. It is legal. You have no problem being associated with that party, let's say. At the same time, it is forbidden to have a fascist party, which is interesting. But it has a lot to do with the history of our country as well. Yeah.
Yeah. We used to have fascists not long ago. About honestly, it made 50 years this year.
It ended in 74. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
25th of April.
Yeah.
No, 24th. 24 de Abril, 25 de Abril.
25 de Abril.
25th. Yeah, I got confused because my granddad, his birthday is the day before, so I always get confused. But and there is actually a movie that I believe is very good. We haven't watched it yet. It's called Salazar, like Salazar. That is the name of the fascist that we had in Portugal for several years, along with Stalin, right? No.
Yeah, it wasn't. You mean during the same time?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what you mean? Yeah.
Stalin.
Yeah.
No, the movie that we saw, you talked about him, I think.
Oh, when we watched Mussolini.
Mussolini, thank you, not Stalin. Mussolini, yeah. So yeah.
Well, they are all they're all basically the same in a certain way.
Yeah. So that's why in Portugal it's way more complicated when it's that kind of ideologies, because it's everything so recent, and we did struggle a lot, especially a lot. Not only, for example, women were deprived of school, of working, anything.
Voting, obviously. Yeah.
Voting, obviously, of course. And it was all about the man, and a lot of poverty as well for the people. So it was one of the areas where Portugal, our country, was the richest. But
we had the world's largest gold reserve.
Yeah.
For a long time.
However, people starved. My granddad.
There were no streets. There were exactly.
Yeah. My grandfather, he was. There were 11 brothers, let's say, brothers and sisters. And he said that sometimes a sardine that's like this, like it would be like for 2 or 3 people for a meal. People used to, most of them work in camps because they had to grow their own food so that they wouldn't starve as much, let's say.
There was a lot of that,
Yeah, it was very, very hard. And we still have, for example, my granddad is like 60, Damn, it's almost 70. I thought it was 60 and a few, but I think it's 70. Whatever. And he did live his childhood and adolescence, teenager,
yeah, teenager years.
Yeah, in that. So he did tell me several stories, and it's
this is to give you just a little bit of context on, for example, how it was here. Like there was a little bit more sympathy for the communist side, let's say, which is interesting to see. In the United States, it was a bit the opposite. It was kind of like persecuted. So I think like probably a more open speech in either cases, in here with the fascist and there with the communist, would be better. But in the context of when this was happening, especially during the war, I kind of understand like extreme measures being taken. But still, we see it even long years after the Second World War. There was a lot of how do you say, repression happening there. Yeah. So about characters. What can you say about that?
First of all, I think that the main actor, Oppenheimer, I think he's doing a great part there. Honestly, it's one of those situations where I think I don't have much to add. It was a great casting. They have great actors.
There's nothing to pinpoint
bad.
Here. There's nothing bad, so there's nothing to pinpoint here. Everyone is playing their roles the way they should. So
nothing over the top, but also the movie did not require nothing like that.
There are so many characters.
Yeah.
You know,
they don't even have the room to shine. I think.
For me, that there was two especially. Well, I mean, in the end, I think that everyone got their own scene where they can show a little bit of their characters. But there are two favorites of mine. One is Oppenheimer. I think he is a fascinating character, which even at the end, sometimes you don't understand fully. And like the other character tells to him, I don't think he understands himself fully either. And the other one is
the general.
No, the general is also really like him, but no, it's more his enemy, let's say. I kind of enjoyed the scenes with Strauss.
Okay.
He's not very much present in the movie, but I think I really enjoyed all the scenes where he was in, and his downfall. That was really good.
That was precious, yeah. Especially because we're used to see him in a different Robert Downey Jr. In different roles. So also that's why it is very different to see him in something more serious, where he's kind of the villain, let's say. Not exactly, but kind of. So yeah, we are, at least I'm used to seeing like Iron Man or doing like more chill and comedy kind of movies, not something as serious as this one.
Yeah, completely. And he looked so old. It was such a different look to him. We're used to seeing like the hero, buffed and like So I really enjoyed watching him as well. One of my favorite scenes is it's one character that I don't like, but in this scene I really liked what was with Kitty, the wife. Just the interrogation scene. I don't know. It was her moment.
It was nice.
It was her moment. Yeah.
Yeah, because
she got pissed with the
the guy deserved someone like her. Honestly, she's an asshole. But let's say things as they are. She's an asshole.
Yeah, she is.
But the way that she faced that guy, I mean, he had it coming.
Yeah, because it was great to see one of the judges, let's say, to kind of like, I like you, girl.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
It was nice. I'm not sure, but that's because I'm very. Uncultured, if there's a thing about this kind of stuff.
Uncultured?
Uncultured. About this part of stuff. I had no idea of who Oppenheimer was. I have no idea about anything regarding the nuclear bombs, whatever. So I'm not sure how much of it is true, and if the dialogue, of course, it's not exactly like that, we know, but still. How much of it is true? It's a movie, right? So,
yeah,
it's a movie. The scientific part, I bet it must be like that. But especially the things of the trial, the things that it did look like they were set up. I'm not sure if it's the case. If you know, please advise.
Of course,
let us know.
Our knowledge is a bit limited, obviously, and of course we understand that for movies they do a lot of dramatization.
Of course. Yeah.
So usually they make things way more dramatic than real life. Usually, sometimes the opposite also happens.
We saw that with Hacksaw Ridge, was
for
not
example,
really the thing. And you guys gave us so much good feedback and places and websites for us to search stories and the real story and what happened. So
that's great.
I didn't do that yet, but I really have to because it's my thing.
So I would say that it is a movie I recommend. I think it is interesting. I think it is honestly engaging. It is long, it is true. You feel its length, but I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest. A movie might be long, but if it interests me, it's fine. I don't mind it being long.
Yeah, I also felt as well that it was a bit long, but I agree with what you're saying. At the same time, there was a lot of moments where I got lost, honestly. I felt a bit lost because I think it is very confusing. And
a lot of
again,
people,
a lot of people, a lot of names, a lot of things that we don't understand related to physics and with the science, and a lot of politics, a lot of terms and story of the US as well that I think that we don't understand as well because once again it's not our country, so
of course
our knowledge is very limited.
I do think it could be longer, and instead of being a movie, being like a very short miniseries, for example.
Like they did with Chernobyl, for example.
Yes, that kind of precisely. I agree.
Would give us more time to see
just
everything.
Very
with
few
more
episodes, but
detail. Maybe some scenes they could be more extended so that it would give us time to understand what's going on. Because that's the thing. Some scenes they were so fast, which I understand as they should because they speak the same language. I get it. But they are so fast that I got so lost. I was like, okay, we are going to the next one. Okay, we're going to the next one. Okay, next.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a downside, let's say. But still, lovely movie. I want to see it again, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I think we're on the same page, I think. Yeah.
Okay, is that everything?
I think so,
I think we talked too much, and the movie's already so long. So
yeah.
So guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and for being on that side. We do appreciate all of your support. Don't forget that you can check our Patreon, where you can also suggest a movie for us to watch, like our Patreon radio did with this one. That's why we watched as well. And you can either choose a movie or a TV show and get access to our full-length commentary, all of those cool stuff, exclusive content, blah blah blah. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys the next time. Bye bye.
Bye guys.